annual event designed to really encourage compassion and goodwill.
This could be through volunteer work, donating to your favorite cause, or just having a positive attitude. But one of the easiest ways to spread some kindness might be teaching it to the next generation. Associate Professor of Psychiatry at the Weill Cornell School of Medicine, Dr. Gail Saltz, joins us now. Dr. Saltz, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
You've said that kindness is really one of the most fundamental expressions of what a human being is. Why is it so important, and how can we as parents teach it to our young kids?
Well, kindness is very commingled with empathy. Can we stand in the shoes of somebody else and understand how they feel and respond to that? And it's important. We are at a high stress time, high anxiety time, difficult mood for many people, and that causes expressions of anger, and we're seeing a lot of that, right? And the antidote, to some degree, as a society, right, is kindness.
It's so interesting because I think a lot about kindness because I think in some ways it's like popularized as a term. And I really, for me, it forces me to really drill down, what does it mean? And when I think about empathy, like you mentioned, I think of mercy, I think of grace.
Yeah.
How do we teach that to our kids?
Well, first of all, you really want to explain it to them, right? Why do they want to do this? And that's sort of teaching them about empathy. In that, think about how you want to feel. And then think about how somebody else is feeling and how you can make them feel the way you'd want to feel. That's an expression of kindness. So it might start early with things like we say please, we say thank you, very basic respect, which is another form of kindness. How do we teach people respect? But then also you want to teach them about, like, you're having a fight with your sister over something, how would you feel in this situation? Maybe you do it for her, not because it feels best for you, but because it feels best for her. And at the end, it is going to feel good for you.
Yeah.
So showing them in various instances how they can be kind, and then you want to move on from that. Model for them.
Yes.
Because kids will not do what you say. They will do what you do. So do it. And then show them, you know what, we are volunteering today at a soup kitchen because
ACE,
that's
American
important.
Council on Exercise,
Truly, and
personal
explain how it can be
training.
difficult too. I think a lot of schools are trying to encourage
Tell,
kindness.
show,
One aspect
do.
of it is genuinely being kind, meaning what you say, not just going through the motions. What are some things schools are doing that are really effective?
Yeah, some schools are basically teaching social emotional units, which is great. So like at the end of the week, somebody gets the warm fuzzy award because they did something really kind that was visible to everybody during the week. Those kinds of positive reinforcements, the same a parent would do, a reward, so to speak, for being kind and showing empathy and rising above, helps a child to get that positive reinforcement and want to continue that, and helps their peers to want to join in and do the same thing.
I think there is no downside to teaching kindness, but I wonder, kind of to what we were talking about earlier, how do we make sure that we're moving away from sort of the virtue signaling of the performative kindness and really make sure that we're teaching the actual act of mercy or discipline or respect? How do we make sure, what are the pitfalls to avoid to make sure that we're moving away from the performative pieces and really into the depth of the action?
Well, when the actions are all about the showing, as you're saying, and it's never at cost to you in any sort of way, that is more about virtue signaling. So it's very possible to explain that. Sometimes it hurts in the moment, or it's not the choice you want to make for yourself, but we do it anyway, because in the long run, this is how we are all kind to each other. So that's a big piece of it. And I think at the end of the day, modeling that really makes the difference. If you're virtue signaling, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and I love what you said about respect is a form of kindness, because what I also hearing you say is that consideration is a form of kindness. Dr. Saltz, it has been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me
Thank
today.
you. Happy World Kindness Day. You are watching NBC.